Welcome to Backer Pause. What is Backer Pause? Well, it's when we get judges who are creators to sit down and watch crowdfunding videos that we are proudly advocating for on comicbookadvocates.com. And they hit pause when they lose interest in the videos that we are watching and experience Backer Pause. This is a fun way to teach creators about attention spans of the viewers and what works and does not work for their videos. Want to be a judge? Are you ready to play? Welcome to Backer Pause. Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and/or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and/or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, everybody, I want to welcome in our judges. We got a full panel today. That means it will take 3 judges to stop a video today. So if you're getting stopped, you're really getting stopped today. I am your announcer voice, Mr. Anderson, and we're going to go around the room, starting with Matt. We'll go to Sam, John, and then Ben. Please introduce yourselves, and then we're going to start off a funny contest within Terraform for all of you to watch.
Right on. Well, hi, I'm Matt Campbell. I'm the creator of a comic series called Mythica. We're on issue 7, and that issue is on Kickstarter right now. Check it out. Just search for Mythica in the comics section of Kickstarter.
How you doing? I'm Sam. I am a podcaster, Catch the Craze, and I currently have a book called Forbidden, a fantasy series running right now on Indiegogo.
I'm John Silvestri. I'm officially the old man of this group. I've been an animator since 1975 and comic book creator. I've got a Kickstarter that's just launched. It's Bloodwing Angel Chronicles, and it's like nothing you've seen before. So there you go.
I'm Ben Lacey. I'm the writer and artist of Shark of War. Issues 1 through 3 are now on Kickstarter at sharkofwar.bitingcomics.com. Thank you for your time.
All right, gentlemen. So within Terraform, there has been a kind of, I'd say, rivalry beginning. So Terraform, of course, has our campaign, Enter the Continuum, which most of you guys are aware of at this point in the room. And hopefully, if I'm doing my job right, most of you watching this show today know what we're talking about. But in case you don't, I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to show you our campaign. And what happened last week is that basically we showed this. Meredith said she can make a better video. So today the judges are also going to get to judge who made the better video. We're going to start the show with Meredith's and end it with mine. So you guys can pause the video. Normally when someone's a guest, you can pause the video. Remember, it will take 3 of you to stop playing the video, but all pauses count. You guys can give critiques at the end of the video. You guys ready?
Sure.
Okay, all right, so here's Meredith's brand new. Remember, for those who aren't aware, just raise your hand in the back room. That I actually can see you guys when you're in the back room, and that tells me that you guys have paused the video. All right, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's play this video and see how Meredith.
Are you ready for the Continuum? This oversized 40-page book is packed with 5 unique stories from 5 dynamic teams. From the minds of Mike Seeley and Bobby Gregory. After an unfortunate event on one of the tropical islands of Hawaii, the intentions of our superhero Eclipse is now on the radar of a government fixer. Austin Janowski and his team present Dawn and the Dead. Dawn has psychic abilities that bring the dead to life during her nightmares. Now a secret group wants to harness her powers for their nefarious plans. Hailing from across the pond, Russ Leach tells us that the cross-dimensional connection has been cracked, releasing chaos into Earth's realm. Now it's up to war, pestilence, famine, and death to bring the balance back for all humankind. C. Michael Lanning and Meredith Loughran have made a collaborative debut with Reapers. Billy and Darlin will do their part to help the Ragtop Reapers harness the mystical powers and unique energy source of the Girasol Lights. Maybe they'll solve the mystery of the parents' disappearance while they're at it. From the Beginning of Wolf and Fox by Luke Stone and Rob Anderson. Wolf is the story of a newly divorced heroic duo who tries to set aside their differences to protect the city that they both love. Will the city survive? Find out in the Continuum. Don't call it an anthology. This is a library of creation. Back it today.
All right, you're all wimps. I know you all want to. I know you're all being nice to Meredith. You don't want to be on Meredith's bad side. I know what you're all up to.
I actually really liked it. The thing that I liked about it was she did a really good job of like pacing the images separate from each other. Like about every 4 or 5 seconds, there's a consistent new one. So there's a nice rhythm to it. And I also really liked that right from the get-go, it's very clear that this, I mean, I know you're trying to not call it an anthology, but it's very clear like what we're looking at. We're looking at a project with multiple stories and kind of reiterating that. I thought that was cool too. Of course, I don't know if I've seen the other one yet. So
we'll see at the end of the day. Sam, go ahead.
Oh no, I was watching it and enjoying it. I think exactly what Matt said. It was paced well. The pictures, the images lined up with the dialogue. It was just easy to understand each different project.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. You paused it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to you. We'll go up in. I just saw you did private chat. Raise your hand so I can actually take the.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but see, I'm with John. I'm Team John now. Ben.
No, it's just okay. Let me just since we're into this thing, I paused it just about 20 seconds before it ended.
Okay. Why did you pause it?
Because there's a certain point where everything started to sound the same. I couldn't tend one thing. See, if you've got if you have visuals, the sound and the voice, it should feel different. It's all of the same. It's all of the same.
I actually was going to comment on that too. I agree with you, John. I was going to say that like at the beginning of introducing each comic where she shows the creators and shows the title, I think an uptick of excitement and big bombacity for those marker points is probably gonna be helpful in keeping that excitement up, because after 5 of them you're like, okay, got it.
And that's why I paused where it was. I didn't know how long it was going to go, but the whole idea is this: you have visuals, but if you're going to have a sound, there has to be accents. There has to be more dynamic elements to it. I have to feel like that sound is representing the visuals. Does that make sense to y'all? I mean, and that's what happens if you're going to have a different types of energy. Then the voices have the soundtrack has to have different energy. In fact, even though it's supposed to be an anthology, within it, each piece is going to be different. So therefore, even the music should be different. The background music, something that will make you understand that you've gone from one feature to another. That's my critique.
That's a good call out.
All right, Vader, Mike, Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, the only thing I thought was pretty good. The only thing I didn't like was it kept flashing back the Continuum card again and again, and I could have done without that after the first one. The other thing is her volume of her speaking was lower than what I'm hearing you guys talk at. So I don't know if that's a difference in the playback, or she just wasn't talking it loudly enough. So I liked her voice, but I thought it could have been a little louder relative to what I'm hearing from everyone else.
All right, so do you guys want to watch my version later in the show, or do you want to watch it now to get it out of the way, since we're already here?
Yeah, why don't we do that now? Because then it's fresh in our memory.
I just realized waiting till the end, you might not. What did you do? But now you know. Now you can see the better one. So don't feel bad if we come back from the other side and someone leaves because they paused. I mean, no, everyone.
It seems unfair that Meredith isn't in here to talk up her video.
Right?
I did invite her. She's a little busy today. I think it would have been more fun if she was in here so we could smack talk to each other. But here we go. This is mine that I gave for the continuum. Are you ready to enter the continuum? Well, if you are, here's what's ahead for you. Reapers by C. Michael Lanning and Meredith Logren. When spirits can be harvested and sold for energy, the ragtops must navigate psychic vampires, alien reverends, and other money-hungry groups to reap that sweet, sweet spiritual gold. The beginning of Wolf and Fox, it all starts here. From Luke Stone, Rob Anderson, a newly divorced heroic duo must come to grips with the end of their relationship while trying to find a way to work together to protect the city they both love. From Mike Seeley and Bobby Gregory, The Eclipse. After a tragic event on one of the Hawaiian islands, Eclipse heroism is called into question and becomes a person of interest of a fixer employed by the U.S. government. The story of Eclipse is a catalyst to introduce a universe unknown till now to evoke your fandom. Dawn of the Dead by Austin and Company. Dawn has special psychic abilities and her nightmares are wreaking havoc on the world. Now she has been kidnapped by a nefarious group who wants to tap into her nightmares. They will soon find out that her deepest, darkest fears are raising the dead. And finally, Only Death Can Save Us. That's right, from Russ Leach and Company. Only Death Can Save Us is a Bronze Age-inspired cosmic fantasy romp, and you'll get the first 8 pages of this epic within the continuum. If Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and Hitchcock Presents were working together and was a comic book series, it would be the continuum. All right, the only person I saw was Matt tap. No one else I saw, but my computer did a funny thing. So did anyone else tap that I missed? No. My computer did a reload in one of the pages, and I had to stop and look at it. All right, so Matt, you were the only one. So 1 and 1. Both of us got one person pausing it. Go ahead, Matt. What was your problem? You went pretty soon. You were.
Yeah, and there's only really one reason, and that's because I know that this is supposed to be a collection of books, and I had no clue about that, even to the end. There was one mention of it at the very end. I don't know what a continuum is. So just saying, welcome to the continuum. I don't know what that is. That's the one thing I really liked about Meredith, is that right off the bat, she was clear about, hey, this is what the project is and what we're trying to do. Now, that being said, your energy and enthusiasm in your voice was much more entertaining, much more attention-grabbing, and I was willing to just listen to the whole thing, whereas with Meredith, it was starting to go on towards the end. That's what I think.
All right, crazy man.
It was like a throwback to the 80s commercials.
Yes, right?
It reminded me of the old Big Apple Comic-Con commercials or sci-fi commercials. But I liked it. I think the energy was great. I think the soundtrack should have changed per title. At this to match, like what John said, is just there should be a theme for each one. The energy was great. The pitch was good. It was just I felt the music should have just changed. Other than that,
no, fair enough. Ben,
I liked your voice better. You had more energy. I kind of preferred Meredith's slideshow, except for the part about where the continuum kept flashing up a bit, because I thought the way she had the graphics going in and out and zooming in and stuff was kind of cool. I could.
The jazz hands. You like the jazz hands. What do you think, John?
Well, it felt like a WWF commercial. I mean, basically, this was the giant tag team, compendium. Everybody was going to go with having their turn into the ring. But I liked the energy, of your voice. But once again, changing the music it gives a flavor to that changes. And as Matt said, it's the same comment I made about Meredith's. the music needs to be changed if you're going to have, a different feeling. Otherwise, it does, the blending, the music has a tendency to blend everything together.
Well, notice I did use 2 soundtracks.
Yeah, but they were so different. I mean, but once again, for each one of those.
No, I knew what you meant. I'm just saying. I just wanted the credit. I did end it. I love that.
Okay.
Music. To be honest with everyone in the room, yes. I made that in 10 minutes. Not kidding. That took me 10 minutes, one take. I had to do it while Jax was.
Seems like the render would take longer than 10 minutes.
Nope, that was 10 minutes using OBS, and I do the music thing. I that was my one regret. I'm with you all. I just didn't have the time that day. We were going to do backer pause, and I was out of time. I had 10 minutes, and I was like, damn it. Went to the bathroom. The reason I got that echoing sound in my voice, I literally did in my shower stall.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was one take. That's one take, no stop, beginning to end.
Right. But you can't tell you can't tell the people watching it saying, okay, I did this in the bathroom. So
Well, no, I'm telling them because people watch this to know how you do things.
Yeah.
So I'm telling the program I use because I get a lot of questions like that. Well, how do you do this? Yeah. How do you make your video? So just doing it in your shower, you'd be amazed how your vocals sound different. Because of the tiles. If you have a tiled bathroom, the tiles really help your voice.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, let's take a vote. Who thinks Meredith was better than me?
Only slightly.
Matt sold me. His argument won me over.
So, and then who thought I won the day?
I'll say you.
Sam?
Crazy? Did you vote?
I think both had pros and both had similar, some opportunities, and that's why I call it a tie.
Oh, he's gonna be one of those.
I'm one of those.
It's like America's Got Talent or something. You have to vote.
Yeah.
You know what? You're like the last judge on the 4 people on America's Got Talent. You have to decide.
I like the way Meredith's narration lined up with the images, but I like the energy that came from yours. So I think if you take those two and mesh them together, you have the perfect one.
Yeah, I would go with that.
You got to pick one, though. There's no going back with telling her.
Maybe you guys should start making videos together, working as a team.
You would think that'd be the way to go, but no. Sam?
So for keeping me entertained, I'll stick with yours because it kept me entertained. I think
that's no good. Now there's a tie. This will continue forever now.
Yes.
Well, isn't that the way all things usually run when you have 4?
Rivalries always be big. In all honesty.
You can put up a poll. You can put up a poll for it on your Facebook.
There you go.
We should. There we go. I love that, Ben. Here we go. A face-off.
Okay. I got to say, who's stronger, Thing or Hulk?
A stronger Hulk, but I think
Hulk is
the Hulk more. I think the Thing would take a better beating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Hulk's taking some tough beatings and come right back.
Yeah.
Well, except for when he went against Havoc and got knocked out.
Yeah, we got back up.
Thor Hulk is a better debate.
There we go, Thor Hulk. There we go. All right, enough about only Death and Hulk and thing. Let's get on to some other videos. Now we do have all your videos, so we're going to line those up and we're going to play them, and then we'll get to everyone on here. So first we have, and I have this all set up now. This is Matt's video, so we're going to start there. There is no pause, but you can give feedback at the other side of the video because you guys are all guests. And congratulations to Meredith. I'm ribbing Meredith, but she did a good job. There's definitely a higher. I'll give her right away. There's a higher quality to all the jazz hands than that were in mine. Absolutely, she wins the Jan's Hands Award for today. All right, so this is Mythica. I'm saying it right, Mythica, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sometimes I pronounce things wrong, so I always like to ask when you guys are on the shows to make sure, because I'm going to continue to talk about it for the next couple of weeks. So I want to make sure I get it right.
All right.
Issue 7.
I got a proposition for you.
Well, you can stick it up your mother's arse, you little prick.
I gotta hand it to you, Magnus. You got away with words.
All right, let's do this. I'm excited. My name is Matt Campbell. I'm the creator of a comic book series called Mythica, which is about a group of people fighting demons and monsters in the middle of World War I. One of the main characters, Magnus McDraken, lost his entire Black Watch squad to a demon attack. And now he feels guilt, he feels remorse, but most of all he feels vengeance, and he wants to kill every vampire and demon he can come across. But he's got a group of people now who are tugging on his coattails to lead them, protect them, and he doesn't want to have any of that. He just wants to slay some demons. So now in this new chapter of Mythica, we go to Magnus's hometown. I'm really excited about this book. It's sexier and darker, and it's some of my best work. So check out the video we've put together, and if you like what you see, check out some of the rewards we have for you down below. Our goal this time around is to get over 200 backers, because we want to reach as many people as we can with this story. Are you going to be one of those backers? I hope so. Thank you.
Come on, you fuckers think that just because a guy reads comics he can't start some shit? I'll fucking take all you want!
And you know they're making a sequel to Mallrats? Every time I hear it, it makes me happy. So let's go around the room. Matt, what did you think about your video? Be honest. Don't say.
I've seen it so many times. I guess I could go first. But one, I know it's really long, and so that's something I don't like about it. I actually don't like being on a camera or being recorded. I'm fine being live. We've talked about that before. But the first video was just the animation. That's what I went to school for. And I had some clips from a previous video. And so I made that, and then we had it on Backer Pause. And then there was a suggestion to give more content at the beginning, like, what is this we're buying? And I just had to make it myself and do that video. And but you know, in the end, it ended up being much longer than I wanted. But it didn't seem to hurt anything, though.
Sam.
I've seen it for the first time. I was impressed by the art. The art really caught my attention. It was long. And I did pick up on the fact that you seemed uncomfortable because you kept looking away from the camera. But your opening intro caught my attention, and then the first, I think 30 seconds of the video of the images caught my attention because I was enjoying the artwork. But then after a while, I turned my head a little bit, and because I felt like I already got the idea.
It keeps going. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I mean, I thought what you have looks great.
Thanks.
Ben, I muted you because your mic, I think, is rubbing on something.
Yeah, I always have it like on my shirt. Yeah, I liked it. My one thought is, and some of this is preference. I prefer to open with the animated cool stuff first, and then talk at the end, because I figure more people are going to be willing to watch the exciting animation and the cartoons, and then they check out by the time I start talking. So at least they're seeing some of the stuff. Also, the only other thing is that there was one image at the end with the whole town full of monsters. I might have opened with that to have a real big splash at the start, but otherwise it was fine. It was a good video.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I like the video. I agree with everybody else in terms of it needed to be at least edited down, because especially with the animation, or you're giving too much. A little less it goes a long way. You get your point across with that. Then the same way with the live. I cut back on a bunch of things. If you've already got people, you've got a fan base that that already will follow you, right? You've got, this is your 7th book,
Yeah.
so there's a certain amount of information for people who are coming in for the first time. That's enough, and then that I'd put that at the end. That's your pitch.
I think that's all great advice.
Yeah, I think the quickest fix here is for you to jump on screen real quick and go, hey, it's Matt. Check out this video. I'll be right back to tell you everything about it. Here's the elevator pitch. Play the video. Like Ben said, start with that bigger opening, then come back and let that back part. Because if someone's gotten all the way to that back part, they might want to know more or they might not. And that'll be their choice to either go look at your go look at the body of the Kickstarter, or to do it. I think it's a good video. I see nothing wrong with it.
It was definitely enough for me to want to go and look at the page and all the content and all the perks and stuff.
Yeah, I probably, I'd say about halfway through the video, I'd go to the page.
Yeah.
Because that's all, you're giving them a taste. The video should be the come on and not tell the whole story completely.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Sam, can you queue up your video? We're going to go to Ben first, and then we'll go to Sam's.
Mine is already queued up, so whenever you're ready.
You didn't share it to the screen, did you?
No, not yet.
You want to share it? Yeah, go share it. We'll go right now. Just share it to me.
Okay, share screen.
You can share it as a file now. So all you have to do is actually share it, and it'll let me play it in the room. So go to the share button. This is for anyone watching now in StreamYard when you're here. As you're seeing this, we're actually able to add the videos live here. So there you go. Oh, okay. You have control of it. Just turn down your volume just a little bit.
I did.
All right. Go for it.
All right. You got it?
Oh, no, because your audio is not connected.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, you have to do something to make the audio connect. It's something weird. It doesn't do it by default. I just learned that.
Hold on 1 second.
All right. Well, you figure that out.
Yes.
We'll go to Ben.
Yeah.
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Yeah. So here is Shark of War.
And I hope you enjoyed that preview of issues 1 through 3 of Shark of War. If you haven't read Shark of War yet, I believe you'll really enjoy the exciting Jaws meets RoboCop story. And if you have read and liked the first 2 issues, I think you'll love issue 3 as our beaten and battered shark hero desperately tries to survive with only a little kid willing to help him. This is going to be a fun campaign. I have some awesome variant covers by Greg Bo Watson and Brian Dawson. I have a bunch of cool extras like the Shark of War keychain, the Shark of War magnet, the Shark of War sticker, and the Shark of War face mask. Plus I have the coolest early bird special ever, real fossilized shark teeth. If you're a shark lover, you'll definitely want one. And even if you don't, there's somebody you know who will love it. And with a little wire and chain, you can have an awesome necklace. Thank you for your time, and please back Shark of War.
Okay, real talk. How do I get the GE shirt?
You got to work for GE.
Damn it. All right, so Matt, you're up first. What do you think of Ben's video?
I didn't realize there was words at the bottom for quite a while. I was just looking at like the pictures flashing. So I wasn't really sure.
Please, not again.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the concept though. I didn't realize also that it was like RoboCop, shark RoboCop concept. When you said that at the end, I was like, oh, that's a cool concept. I didn't quite realize that the first time through. But I liked it.
Crazy man, this has to be up your alley.
Yeah, I think that was the part I didn't connect, was the RoboCop thing until you said it. And again, I didn't pick up on the words either. The text. I thought the way you pitched it, I thought it was really good. Because now it caught my attention. Because I was trying to figure out when I was looking at it, was it a picture book or comic series? Just by looking at the visuals. But other than that, I think you sold it on the pitch.
Wow.
Sounds like you should put that pitch in the beginning. What do you think, John? And then we'll get Ben's reaction now that he's
you know what? I'm going to shake this up. Why not shuffle it? Go with portions of the visuals, then the live action, and then go back to it, and then and I'm just saying, because everybody else does either a pitch in the beginning or at the end. Maybe just to be, because you're talking about sharks, you could almost do like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where you go from visuals of the actual show to somebody explaining what this is all about. Then you come back in, and then I don't know, but I think that that as it is, it's pretty safe. It's you're explaining it, and then you're actually showing the various gewgaws that you're giving out.
Gewgaws.
That's an old New York term.
I think that's great advice, though. I actually haven't seen a whole lot of people do that and break up their introduction, their live introduction mixed with their video. I think that'd be a good thing to try.
You know who actually did that? And then we're going to go to Ben. Scott Snyder, when he did his Kickstarter campaign. He actually did exactly what John's talking about. If you go back and look at it, he did exactly that. And it was real. I mean, that was a professional video. I can't even come close to doing that. I write comics, people. I'm not Steven Spielberg, okay? I'm putting so much pressure on me. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I guess the first thing I didn't realize is I was surprised that people didn't see the text at the bottom, because I tried to make it big. And so realizing that people might not be noticing that right away is something that hadn't occurred to me. And I guess I assumed that people would pick up on the RoboCop part when he, when they start experimenting on him. But yeah, maybe I should have a quick opening where I say, hey, it's Jaws meets RoboCop issues 1 through 3. Here's the preview. And then come back to me to explain the extra rewards and other bonuses and stuff.
Yep. All right. Sam, are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Hopefully it works this time.
All right. Part 2. Let's do it.
All right.
I created Forbidden back in 2000. In 2005, it was well received by critics and fans alike at Comic-Cons and local stores. My goal for Forbidden was to create an epic fantasy tale that would last for generations. I recruited a local artist, Anibal Arroyo, who took the helm on illustrating the first 2 issues, and only 2 issues back then. After over a decade in limbo, it was time to finish Forbidden and reintroduce it to the world. Deep within the Earth's core lies a race that has existed for thousands of years. A race who are forbidden from walking the surface of the Earth due to a curse cast upon them. Nokron. Centuries later, the world has evolved, and so has Nokron, in the form of David Hunter, a billionaire whose intention is to dominate the globe. Legend has it that one day the Son of Vox will rise from the ashes of the Earth to destroy all that Nokron has built. And that could never happen.
All right. Matt, what did you think?
Yeah, am I on?
Yeah, we're all back.
Yeah.
Okay. I look forward to checking this out. I feel like there was some extra time at the beginning put in telling us the story of how you made the story. That you could probably put that down below and get into why I should back this book and what's the hook, you know. Then you got into what the story was about, and I started getting a bit more interested. So that would be my first bit of advice. But other than that, it was enjoyable. I think the music was nice. The very end where it like sounds like wind blowing and tumbleweeds blowing. I might not have gone with that just because it feels like it's over. Like there's nothing left to see. It's sort of a void of emptiness now. Instead of leaving me with like wanting more or something, I guess. But all in all, I look forward to checking it out. I think you did a good job. Did you make that yourself?
Yeah.
It's tough making videos, isn't it?
It is, and it's ever since the Backer report, I get a complex every time I'm putting these things on together.
Yeah, actually, I know you got other people to ask. I wanted to address that to anybody that's watching. Is that these are just the opinions of us schmucks, giving some feedback what our opinions are, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't going to be loads of people that like your book or your Kickstarter. These are just suggestions.
Yeah, and it's never a judgment on anyone's. We're just purely on the videos. Now, the one thing I will say is you took 45 seconds to tell me what the book was about. You might want to move that to the very beginning. Always start with your elevator pitches. Same thing with Ben when we were talking to Ben. Put that RoboCop shark thing. That's a moneymaker. Mm-hmm. That is it, man. You do that, people will just back it. Okay, I'm done. It's a RoboCop shark. How can I not have that in my life? What did you think of this video, Ben?
I liked it. A lot of the animation stuff, the flames and everything else, and a lot of the visual stuff. My biggest problem with it is that the audio volume faded in and out a lot, especially when he was talking.
That might be because we're sharing it through the screen. I will get him to give me the full file. I heard it. I didn't hear it when I played it on my end.
Oh, okay.
I think that was how it was played through for everyone listening and watching. Because I saw it on the other end, it did not have those issues.
Okay, I had to really strain to hear his voice, especially when the music played. There were certain points where
if you go to,
his voice really kind of faded a lot.
Go right now, listen to it. Well, after our show's done, of course, and you'll hear there's no problem with the stuff of it. That I think that's something to do with the video transfer because he's doing it a different way than I expected. Because he's controlling it, not uploading it directly. So there's a way to I guess share screen is what you're doing. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen.
You didn't share the file, so if you shared the file, it would play directly the music. But you're playing it from your mic, picking it up, which always makes it sound a little off. I know that because that's how we used to do this show. you used to listen to my mic playing it from my thing, and it never sounded the same. That's how I knew right away what it was, because I know even now to these days when we have an Indiegogo, I can't. YouTube stops you from downloading videos while Kickstarter doesn't. So with permission, of course, from the creators, we download their videos, but I can't do it with YouTube. So I'll just have Sam send me the video and it'll play perfectly.
Well, so that was my main comment. There was at the very opening, the transition was suddenly a little quick, but that was a small thing. So otherwise, yeah, it looked very good.
Like yeah.
No, it looked very good. There's a little bit of history that's great, and sometimes people need to know how much effort you put into it. Don't play it too long, but 18 years is a long time, to put something together. But the fact of the matter is, this is a passion project, and so this is you can convey it. The only thing is, there might be snips here or there. Every video could be tightened.
Right.
That's but that's just a technical thing. But once again, if you get a chance, you can do that. You can still tighten it up a little bit, and keep it. I kind of think that a sweet spot for videos, especially when you're playing it for somebody, for the first time, is, and this is the whole thing about backer pause, keep it to the same length of what used to be a pop tune of maybe 2.5 minutes long, I think. Because in the old days, I mean, that's what
I think the attention span is even less than that now, honestly. Pardon? I think the attention span is even less than that.
Oh yeah, well, the whole idea is if you have a beginning, a middle, and an end, then you can get through to about 2.5 minutes long. I mean, even a song is good because you're pacing through. But then sometimes a commercial really is 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And so you can have that approach versus a 2-minute approach. I don't know. It really depends on how much you feel compelled to have to tell the audience, because here videos here are for to lead you to the page and to go scroll down the page. So, but anyway, that tighten up. That's a whole.
Mm-hmm. All right, now it is time to see John's project.
Oh God, here goes.
What?
No, go. You got it.
The one thing that before we do that, I do want to just quickly share with everyone, because for some reason your video didn't do what it was supposed to do. It didn't download right, so I got an errored file. I want to go around the room so we can get it. Where can everyone, is there like a short link that they can get this? Because sometimes saying it on camera helps. Do you guys have short links? Like for mine example, I tell people to go to terraformcomics.com and I redirect it. Do you guys have any shorter links for those listening to this show that don't realize there's a link right below that takes you right to the page where all of our projects are? Can you just give that to them?
You talking to John?
Any one of you, which I'm stalling for a second because I had a bad file. I'm fixing it already, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't you, John. It happens. Sometimes for some reason when it uploads wrong. I don't know why. It just happens.
Okay, well, I can put my comment, into the. I could put a link. No, I can't really do that on this one here.
No, you can't. That's why sometimes a verbal one is just as good. But we got the video.
Just go to Bloodwing Angel Chronicles.
There you go. All right. Anyone else have one, or we can go on to the video? Because I got
mine is sharkofwar.bitingcomics.com.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a mouthful.
Mine is crazycomics.com with 2 E's.
There we go. Do you have one, Matt? Action?
Yeah, you can go to actionlinestudios.com or just search Mythica on Kickstarter.
All right. So our stall is over. The video is up. Here you go.
Bloodwing Angel Chronicles. The adventures of Michael, an innocent angel who is unjustly banished to the mortal realm and battles to survive amongst demons, sinners, and living dead.
All right. I will say that you missed the naughty bit, John.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. There was one spot where there was not a cover on the.
Yeah. What? Yeah. But there was action.
Censors, go away, go away, Facebook censor, free the nipple. All right, so what do you think, Matt?
I liked how direct and to the point it was. I'm a my whole business is founded on adult fantasy content, so the fact that we had the girl on there fighting demons fully naked was perfect. So that got my attention. I really enjoyed how quick and commercial it was, and gets us down into checking out the thing. Much shorter than mine, and I like it.
All right, Sam, what did you think?
Yeah, it was definitely just, I guess that's the message John was sending today. Quick to the point. But the visuals were really good, and it definitely wants to make you go and look at the page.
How about you, Ben?
Yeah, I like the video. My comment might be that maybe this is an example where it could go a little longer, either with a brief talk by John, or at the back, or something more to talk about the project just a little. I think a good video length is 1.5 minutes or so, which is I don't think you want to go much over 2 minutes, but I think you go a little longer and tell a little more about the project and stuff, so people who are willing to watch a whole video get more information, because they can always stop it if you start running on too long yourself. So it's not like there's a huge downside to going a little longer.
One thing that Kickstarter offers is the ability to look at the report and see not only how many people watched the video, but what percentage of the video that they watched. And I'd be curious to see John's and how many people kind of just watched the entire thing, because I know like only 50% of the people that watched mine even watch it through to the end.
Yeah, right around there too. And I'm at like 48.7 right now or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So if you got a lot of people watching the whole thing, maybe you could, try bumping it forward another 10, 20 seconds and see if they're still watching. But I definitely think that my 3-minute video is too much.
All right, guys. So we're going to go down to, now you can pause everything, by the way. We're officially back to pausing. We had a lot of great stuff from all of us. There's not a lot of videos today, believe it or not. So we had plenty of time in the show to take care of all of the videos I think we have today. Spectral Void, Volume 1, a fun-filled sci-fi fantasy that collects issues 0 through 4. Oh, sorry, Ben, I meant to mute you. Just because you're Vader, Mike. It is a special edition. It's from Chad Thomas, and it's available until the 6th. No video here. This is Zener. This is going to be our first one. Raise your hands to pause it. Okay, I'm going to tell everyone this. I got not in trouble, but someone had mentioned that we should mention that this could be a trigger warning for anyone with trauma. So I'm going to put it out there to be nice, to put it out there. This does, it can be unsettling. Not because of any vicious content, just because this story is about depression and it is about feeling hopeless. So I wanted to put that out there for everyone to hear about this. And this is on Indiegogo. So again, we play it directly from there. So you're going to see it on my screen. We'll all be on screen. So mind you, while you're watching this, your face is being shown. People are going to get to see this live right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you mute, if you want, everyone just mute their mics and they can say when they tap out as well. Because like I said, I can't mute my mic because you guys are going to be listening to it through there, but everyone else got it. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Bigger. There it is. Oops. A little too big. All right, here we go. Oh, it's muted. That's why. Let's start this again.
Hello. Can anyone hear me? Is anybody there? My name is Axel de Vera. I'm the most powerful being on the face of the planet. I've been captured. My powers have been neutralized. And what they're doing to us, it's unspeakable. If anyone is out there, if anyone can hear me, please help me.
He has actually made that shorter. Usually in the past it was a little bit longer. So what did you guys think?
I like that it's shorter because I was very confused. It almost sounded like he, as the narrator, was the person asking for help, not a character. So he's like, "Can anyone help me?" I'm like, "With what? What's going on?" I don't know. I feel like selling a comic about depression is tough. I don't even know like how you begin to market that. It's like, what's your target audience? You know?
I think we all struggle a little bit, so I think we could all relate a little. I will say the last video was very jarring, and this one is not as bad. So I give him credit for the newer video because I'm sure he got the same complaints I was getting. Because, like you said, you don't know if someone's actually having like real problems. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but you know, you were saying that like everybody has issues that we deal with. I totally agree with that. But the stories that you know grab our attention is how people deal with those issues. That's what we relate to. I assume everyone has issues and depression. I am interested in how the hero or the character actually deals with these issues. And that way I, as a person that might be depressed, can get inspired by how they overcame it or, you know, deal with it or whatever. In this case, it was just like, I didn't even really know it was a comic at first. It could have been a movie.
Yeah. Sam?
Yeah, I think this is one of those projects where he would have benefited by giving the audience a premise first, or like narrating the plot, and then going into the visuals before, like giving a heads up, like here's a project that I'm passionate about on this, and this is why, and blah blah, and then go into it. So this way you have an idea, and you're not trying to guess what you're seeing and to try to you know, decipher the code. I think, you know, 30 seconds to just really just give the audience, you know, an introduction into what they're going to see.
Yeah, Ben, you're up.
Yeah, I was actually intrigued because partly because I like dark superhero stories. I guess though from the video, I took it literally that he was actually being experimented on and captured by the government and stuff like that, and his powers being misused. And then I read the lines below, and now I'm wondering, okay, is that supposed to be real or just his he's having a psychotic delusion or what? But I was kind of intrigued by the story concept. But then, like I said, I like dark superhero stuff, like Irredeemable and The Boys, things like that. So,
ooh, do you think maybe he's actually become a bad guy and doesn't know it, and they're actually trying to stop him from hurting people?
Yeah. I mean, that's possible.
Cool.
That'd probably be a pretty good storyline too.
Yeah. John?
I was confused. I thought that the narrator was actually the character. Okay, that's my impression. Usually the first, unless you make it absolutely clear from the first few words who's talking, you're leaving up to confusion as to who it is. So I assume that it's the same as the character, that this story is going to be about. I needed a little more of a setup to even care about the character. There has to be something when you're going to be beaten upon in some way. Well, why care? Who are you? There's a few words to set up who you are, and why this is, and the confusion of the injustice of something, or who knows, he could be a villain that deserves to be the powers being taken away. Well, that's what I'm saying, is that I'm confused, and it doesn't really intrigue me to go further. I mean, I look at the page, but once again, that it's not intriguing me enough on its own for me to say, yeah, I got to go look for more. So that's all I'm saying.
We also have Mind Meld today. Nubla? I can't say that word. Nebula. There we go.
Nebula.
Pearl. This is a writer collaboration of science fiction action comic that follows a space pirate cannibal call girls. Remember, guys, wear condoms with cannibal call girls. This is now on Kickstarter. We have no video, so we're just giving it a shout out. Another project that we have. I believe we actually have a video for this one. This is Nera X. Let me see. Yeah, we have Nera X. Okay, so here we go. This is Nera X. You guys, pause powers are in play. Raise your hand, and let's go. All right, what'd you guys think? We're on the wrong one. Go ahead and tell us.
I had my hand up. I mean,
I did too.
I love boobs just as much as the next person, but this was going at a really slow pace for me. I don't know, like the music changed at some point and picked up and then flashed a bunch of stuff, mostly boobs, well, which I like, but up until that point, I was just like, what is this? I think they might be trying to ride on the belief that people know what Nera is, because I think it has been around, but I've never read it. I don't know what it is.
All right. What else did everyone else think about it? Because to me, I'll just say this. I've seen this exact video, except for the art changing. There is a company now using this video over and over again to sell it to people and put this together, and they're barely changing it.
You're talking about those like shaky word graphics?
Yeah, and the background in the music. This is literally the same thing.
Yeah,
it reminds me of one of those Japanese horror movie kind of previews that you see in one of those.
Yeah, it comes out of a template.
I'd go right by it. I mean, there wasn't anything that really intrigued me. And it looked like we had toys, we had, posters, we had different designs. If this is, I don't know what it's for. Okay, so I really don't know, what it is, other than it starts one way and then it's like, flashing images of merchandise. And so that's my reaction to it. I would just go by and say, okay, well, maybe if I see it, fine, but I'm not going to go search for it.
Yeah, it's clearly a very successful project looking by the amount of money it has, but it seems like the only people that were gaining out of this are people who already know what and who Nera is, because I was like, okay, is this a new book? What's this about? A new world, new adventure? And then the video, the images from the comic just went by so fast you couldn't even focus on what was going on.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hate this project image too, by the way. It's
yeah, that's busy. That's good.
It violates every rule I've learned of project images for.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of word balloons and just images flying across the screen that I really didn't understand what I was looking at, because it didn't have any context to it. I just saw word balloons and just close up art of backgrounds that I wasn't getting. Yeah, unless you're a fan, you don't know, you won't know what it is. You have to be someone who's been backing this for a long time to really say, you know what, I'm not really interested in the video because I really love the product. I'm just gonna go buy the product. But if you're introduced to it new, you're gonna be a little confused.
All right. I do want to say we're at the 1 hour mark. I think we have about 15 more minutes to go. Does anyone have to leave at this point? Because we already hit our 1 hour.
Yeah, I think I've got to get going myself.
Good.
But this has been a blast. You know, thanks. Nice meeting you, Matt. You know,
nice meeting you. I just backed your Kickstarter.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, and I will let you know, it's angels are both male and female.
Right on.
When Michael has been changed into from an ethereal angel into a semi-mortal and a semi-immortal, and has both. So
nice.
We're talking about both genders in this character. So anyway, thank you all. It's been an enjoyable morning, and thank you for Rob for inviting me.
Anytime.
Take care.
Congratulations.
John.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See you, John.
We congratulate John on not getting paused. There is a quote from Mallrats that he can use, actually, that he should look up and watch Mallrats. I'll be amazed if anyone knows what that quote is. And I'll even start it with chicks with, and then I'm going to let all figure out the rest. Yeah. All right, we're going to move on. This next one for those watching is too big of a file for me to download.
Uh-oh.
So that already gives you the warning. And I'm going to tell you right now how long this video is. So if you're waiting for the end, you got a while. It's 4 minutes and 36 seconds.
Oh, man. Pick up the pace.
No, it gets worse. I'll be honest. If you guys are waiting for that, it does not pick up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dustin Burnell. I am the writer and creator of the Listener series. Before we get into the Listener, though, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by our Kickstarter. I really appreciate it, you taking the time out of your day and whatnot. The Listener is loosely based on my Uncle Les. Les was a Native American Green Beret, and the stories and the tales that he told us are what the Listener is loosely based on.
We have just one more.
Like really scary stuff, like pure unadulterated horror.
Just one more, Ben.
I can't even begin to describe some of the things
Don't
in
make
words.
It keep going.
We definitely have to have some visual aids to get you guys to understand where it's coming from. Therein lies the Listener itself.
All right.
And
it's nothing.
Was that peer pressure, Ben?
I didn't want to be the one to do it. I was hoping you guys do it without me.
It's not even being rude to him. This is not where you put a 4-minute video, guys. This is not a plus. I'll say this. I'll be the bad guy because I know you all want to say it but won't, but I'll open the door. He literally is promoting art that has nothing to do with his book. He's wearing a T-shirt that disconnects him from his book. He's not promoting his own project with his backgrounds, and he never shows additional art now. He just stays on camera.
For the next 3 minutes, he doesn't show any more
art. It's just him talking the whole time, rest of the time?
Yep, it's a Facebook Live that he put onto a thing. And it's nothing against him because, but here's where I blow your mind, all right? This is why it's so disturbing. Let's go look at his actual property, and you're going to be like, why wouldn't you show this art? This is where it throws like
because it's really good stuff.
Look at the beauty. How is that not there?
The only thing I can think of is that maybe he doesn't have the knowledge to make like slideshows or know how to put together the video with these images.
He did it at the beginning, though. We started with that kind of stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, like I'd understand if it was just a Facebook Live, but we started. But look at that wolf thing. This threw me. The first time I watched the video and I came here and I'm like, how? how is there such a disconnect between this?
There's some beautiful art.
Like,
yeah, and I like the fact that it was based on, you know, his uncle's life, or I guess it was his uncle, he said, and also that was kind of an interesting hook. But you know, other than that, you know, you got to go into the art.
He's definitely suffering from new creator here. He doesn't know yet that you need that elevator pitch because he never elevator pitched us.
But you know what's we interviewed him and he's currently playing right now. I uploaded it today. When you listen to him talk about it, it is more intriguing than what he had on that video. And the story really is like he did his homework and it has a lot of heart to it. And he's very passionate about it, and it comes off during the interview a lot better than what he did in that video.
No, absolutely, and that's why I want to show the art for everyone to see this. This is a great look at the art.
Yes, the art is amazing.
And I don't want to just throw away the video and say it's not a good video when you have this kind of art and it's a powerful story. I do think it's a powerful story. I absolutely do that. Matt, what did you think about it? Because we didn't even talk about the original video yet. Because you tapped out real quick.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm in agreement. There's some great art here. Obviously, Kickstarter even gave it the Projects We Love tag, although there's a few tricks to that. But the video, yeah, like you said, there's a huge disconnect. And I think that as creators, especially, you know, we all have these different skill sets. Some of it's right, some of us can do art, but video making and especially video editing and slides is a whole another art. And that's actually where my weakness comes in, because I went to school for animation, but I don't just say, hey, find a guy who's good at making videos and have him do it, or her, because when you try to do everything yourself, then your weaknesses really shine out. And this is not capturing my attention at all, the video. You there?
Sorry, guys, I was on mute. What I was saying before is when you make someone watch a video for too long, you start to notice things. You start to notice the little white specks on the t-shirt because you're sitting there and watching the person. You don't want to stay fixated. I'm starting to look up that girl's skirt, and I'm wondering, am I a pervert? You make me a pervert? I mean, that's literally the image it is, but I'm looking up her skirt. Oh, my God, what's wrong with? Because I'm distracted. I'm not in the moment with him. I no longer am focusing on that. Because Sam's right. It's not a back and forth. If you're going to do something like this, and we had this with Eclipse. Mike Seeley, who did Eclipse, he got in front of the camera and he froze. Huge personality. We did an interview. I'll try to upload it. It's got a lot of wind because we went to the beach, but it was a great interview. His energy is different. Sometimes when you're looking at that little dot, that little colorful dot on your screen, you turn off the humanity. You know, it's like when I've said this all the time. I'm sure a lot of you guys will know this feeling. You're in your room working so much during the day on your project that someone calls you and you answer like a zombie. Hey. And they're like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I just haven't talked to someone in about 12 hours. How are you doing? And you start becoming human again. I think that's a lot of these videos. You're missing out. Like, this guy's passion with all the art he has. It's a damn shame that he didn't let it shine. Like you said, Matt, he should reach out for help. And there are probably people who do him a solid if he did something for them. We can help each other rise up. Not everything is always going to be about money. Look at that. Only death can save us is our isn't that a cute little saying for it now? Every week we've tried to change up the name of the project just to have fun. This week's Only Death Can Save the Continuum. Come on, you know that's funny. That's on Kickstarter now until the 19th. We're going from the day of love to the day of luck, and hopefully I get lucky in between. So you guys will be backers, and you can enjoy what is now a library of creation. And we're hoping to get Bennett in a future issue, actually. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, I'm hoping that comes off. I actually wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah, we're working on it. We gotta talk about it. We're working on it. So that is fully funded in 11 hours. Congratulations.
Thanks. That was a pretty higher goal than I usually do for a single issue too.
Yeah, and you're trending towards 10K at this moment, right?
Oh, if things hold out consistently, yeah.
Very, very cool. John Celestries, of course, is Bloodwing Angel Chronicles that we got to take a look at. Here is, all right, this is Enra. We have
that's a tough one. Enra.
I'm guessing. Anyone's guess is probably better than mine. But here we go. We got a video for it. You guys ready? I think this might. We have one more video, and then we're done. So this is the second to last video. Let's check it out.
Hello, my name is Aaron. I am the writer and creator of Enra. With issues 1 and 2 complete from a previously successful campaign, this Kickstarter is to fund production and printing costs of issues 3 and 4, and anything we raise over the goal will go straight into issues 5. The start of each issue shows a glimpse of the future, following a survivor and his trusted companion Sam, struggling in a post-apocalyptic world. The main part of the story is set in the present time. A British Airways flight enters Heathrow airspace, yet all attempts at communication fails. Pressured by an influential third party, the aircraft is allowed to land. Dr. Richard Marin and his team are contacted and together gain entry to the aircraft. But inside, a horrific nightmare awaits. Bodies are cocooned while others have been torn apart.
One person's
Issues
tapped.
3
Anyone else?
will continue to follow Dr. Richard and his team as they investigate the British Airways flight and the growing threat of the virus.
All right, I think we don't need to watch the virus retake the screen. So the one thing I will say that's very jarring is I didn't know if you're selling me issue 1 and 2, because when you're talking about 3 and 4, you have 1 and 2 on your screen. That was a little jarring. I never saw a cover for 3 and 4, so now I'm wondering, is it even made yet? Or am I backing something that's not in production and this is a wish list? What do you guys think? Matt, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm going to be some self-humbling here. I think that he did the same mistake I did, which was trying to tell too much of the story in the intro, telling us how the flight went and what happened and all that stuff. Like, that's what the book is for. And I made that same mistake. I admit that. So I think that part could have been pushed back and sped this whole thing up. And then that was the next thing. Like, if I took this whole video and cranked it up to like 2.5 times speed, I'd probably be more interested. It was a bit slow moving, especially for something that's supposed to be like a post-apocalyptic horror. World War Z meets Outbreak. Those are both like fast-paced feeling type of words. And even on his title card, it says, you know, character-driven suspense, horror, and action. So I'm like, well, jump into that, you know. So that would be my 2 cents, is jump into some of the more exciting stuff, leave out the long part about the story. I do like adding in something about the characters a little bit. Like, this is a journey of this character, this is their struggle, or this is what they must face in order to save the world, whatever. I feel like that's important because people don't buy comics strictly for, this is a comic about guns and this is a comic about, you know, just people with swords fighting each other. It's like, ultimately most people want and stick around for some sort of story. So I do agree with like a brief mention of like what this story is about. But after that, like, let's read the rest of it in the comic.
Yeah, I felt like it was an episode of Twilight Zone. The visuals were great. I thought the artwork was great, but I thought all he had to do was speed it up. and the pitch, the tempo of the voice. But other than that, I thought the visuals were really tight, and the story was pretty intriguing.
It actually reminded me of I Am Legend, so especially with him and the dog, and it looked like they're fighting zombies. The pacing was just so slow. His voice reading was so, slow and measured. And then there was some details like they allowed the flight to land. Well, the flight landed. I don't need that level of explanation. It needs to get on to more of the action. So it was a little slow for me.
All right, of course, we've already seen Forbidden, but you're not forbidden from backing it. As a matter of fact, we encourage you to go to Indiegogo right now and get yourself a copy.
Check that out.
2 Gargoyle Comics presents. And you can check out any of these, by the way, by just going to our convenient URL. That's right, we have a URL just for the crowdfunding, by the way, for those of you watching. That crowdfunding URL to go directly to us is comicadvocates.com. So it's like Comic Book Advocates, except you don't have to put the book in. And you go right to our actual crowdfunding section. But here we go. This is 2 Gargoyles presents Twilight Detective Agency, our last video in the StreamYard today. And remember, raise your hand when you've seen enough. That was it. I didn't learn anything about it.
Yeah, that was gonna be my save
too. It was quick.
I liked that it was quick, but like until the end panned up to Twilight Detective Agency, like I would have never thought that there was anything detective related about this. I saw like demons and gargoyles rummaging through a house. I thought it was probably more
They
of
look
like
peeping toms.
They kind of did, I think that a lot of people, I make this mistake sometimes too, is that you put your images up, you only have a handful of them, you don't have the whole story, and you start panning across them without words, without explanation, and in your mind it makes sense to you what's going on, but to everyone else they're like, is this supposed to make sense? Like it's just a random portrayal of images. I liked the art was well drawn, but I had no idea what it was about.
Yeah, I thought at first the gargoyles were like burglars. So it was, and so I had to read the word balloons. I just think they could have done more to explain it or give some sort of narration or something. But it seemed cool, but you had to figure out what it was.
Ben?
Yeah, I think I've already got my comments heard already. It didn't explain it at all, really, until you see the title here, and then I guess I understand that they're now detectives, but I didn't realize that when I saw them looking in the window and stuff.
I will say that I think one mistake they made is that they focused on it being a second issue, which means they didn't invite new readers. They were too much on the pre-established fan base. If you're just going to go with your pre-established fan base, don't go to Kickstarter. Just reach out to them directly. Right. Kickstarter's to get you a bigger fan base. Never forget that. Michael Oden has just released The Embrace. He's working on his video. We'll see that soon. This is Justice for the Dead. Then, of course, we saw Ben Lacey's RoboCop Shark on the show today. We have this. Do you guys have time for one more video? This is Mars City Vice issue 2.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. This one again, Indiegogo, so we have to play it from where it is. So here we go.
Washed up cop and a cat alien fight crime in a fake 80s Miami on Mars. Get ready for action. Go up and strap yourself in for the cheapest action trailer ever made. Mars City Vice. Now with more explosions. Oh, and even more brought to you by the troubled minds of Chris Webb and Craig E. Sawyer. Mars City Vice, Issue 2, now available on Indiegogo.
What did I just watch?
That was a great trailer for explosions. I'm going to go and invest in explosions now.
I think he was selling combustion.
They're out there very happy right now. They're like, that's right, you can't replace us with the electric. We're explosions in your vehicle. There's an example of learning nothing.
Yeah.
From a video. Like nothing.
I thought it was pretty funny for like the first 15 seconds, and I was really chuckling at the spoof of 80s action movies. I think they might have milked the punchline one time too many though, with the fifth, sixth, eighth explosion.
And I'm on their Indiegogo right now, and again, this is similar to that guy that talks for what
the Whisper campaign we looked at. Right?
Where he's talking for 4 minutes?
Yeah, that was the Whisper campaign.
This campaign has great art and is got that 80s vibe. I don't actually see any explosions in any of this art, which is interesting.
I can cancel them.
I guess that one might count. That's more like gunfire, but yeah, there's great art in here. I want to know, like, a little bit about what this is. It's like, is it a buddy detective cop show like Miami Vice was? It seems like there's some anthropomorphic stuff going on. Like one of the characters seems like a cat man. And so mention that, like, aliens in Miami Vice mixed together or something. Like I love the spoof idea of the explosions, but
all right, so we have another video. You guys want to quickly watch this and see if it's any better?
A new video? Will it play in there?
Yeah, it'll play. We'll go faster, though, just to see.
All right, let's take check. It's only 2 minutes.
Hello, comic book nuts. This is Craig Sawyer, co-creator and co-writer of Mars City Vice, along with my friend Chris Webb. Welcome to the Indiegogo launch of Mars City Vice Issue 2. So Indiegogo's been good to us. Issue 1 went really, really well. We're bringing back actually the same great creative team that we had on Issue 1, along with Nathan Diaz from G.I. Joe Great American Hero doing the cover of Issue 2. Along with him, also our team returning, David Dion doing penciling interiors, the cover of Issue 1, Ted Rivera doing inks, James G. Brown, also G.I. Joe from IDW doing colors, brilliant job, and Ed Duchire doing letter. All these guys have worked for the top comic book companies, DC, Marvel, Dark Horse, Valiant, boom, they're all coming right at you, hot and heavy, man. So 80s action, we promise more explosion, as the trailer shows you. We have tons more action. The story's getting deeper. Think of like Philip K. Dick of Total Recall and Blade Runner riding season on Miami Vice. 200 cops working fake 80s Miami. Amusement park on Mars discover that they're after the same criminal mastermind, and there's lots of crime in fake 80s Miami on Mars. So thank you once again so much for putting your hard-earned dollar towards backing Issue 2. Issue 1 is also available. Mastermind, and amusement park on Mars discover that they're after the same criminal mastermind, and there's lots of crime in fake 80s Miami on Mars. So thank you.
Right there. That was so much more than I got from his video in 10 seconds.
I know what this thing's about. He has also got good energy in there. Like I know you were playing it extra fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but even without that, like he's got a good presence of energy on camera, and he told me what it was about, and he talked about even some of the other people that were working on it. I found this video to be much more hooking than the constant explosion gag.
Yep. The constant explosion gag should have been inside the body of this, where this video is, and this video should have been on top. The only critique I'd say is put the people you worked with after your pitch, because it's a good pitch. Fake 80s Miami on Mars. That's an interesting, full of crime. Like right there. Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah, you got some cool 80s cyberpunk stuff just ready to go right there. I love the premise.
Yeah, and this goes back to when a creator can sell their book better than anything else can. And they should have saved all their money because they paid someone to make that explosion video, or they at least paid with their time. This took 2 minutes and was so much better.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys think around the room? This was better, right?
2 minutes is a long time for somebody to be talking. But
Yeah,
so I was glad you had it on high speed.
I didn't know it was on high speed at first. I was like, wait, what's going on here? This guy is ultra hype. Yeah, I think if he could somehow eliminate all the explosion stuff, but somehow just get that in there, his energy with some of his artwork, I think he'll have a good formula.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we say goodbye to Mars. We visit Cluster Fudge. You got to watch this video. We're waiting back to hear about music rights on this because something popped and we weren't sure. 2 different songs popped, so I'm waiting to talk to the creator. It's kind of funny, actually. This is from Christopher, who gives us Cluster Fudge. Witness the fall and redemption of Cluster, a retired superhero trying to make up for his past. I thought that was kind of cool. Now on demand is Russ's Leech. Only Death Can Save Us. You get the first 8 pages through us at the Continuum. Enter the Continuum Kickstarter. But you get the whole thing now on Indiegogo as well. At Only Death Can Save Us at Indiegogo. Johnny Phantasm's giving you some amazing action figures still in demand. And I don't know if Seasons is still in demand because the seasons are about to change. And usually every new season we get a new volume. So let's see if they're still in demand. They are still in demand for now, but the next season is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But catch up right now. Nightwolf #1, Urban Fantasy Werewolf Drama, is in demand and coming soon. We should have Wolfspan issue #1, The Forbidden. And, of course, we have John, who went live just yesterday here. So that's it, guys. I want to thank you all for showing up. If you want to quickly give a shout-out to where you guys can be followed. And we're all out of here.
All right. Again, my name is Matt Campbell, creator of Mythica. You can find Mythica on Kickstarter by just searching the comics section for Mythica. I'm also going to be on the comics launch show coming soon. Actually, have that interview here in about an hour. And so you can check me out there on Comics Launch podcast as well. Thank you so much.
Sam, I'm the producer and host of Cast the Craze podcast. I also am a comic creator. You can find me at crazycomics.com and also Catch the Craze. Today, join me as I go in with, I'm a guest on Daphne Lage's show as she's actually illustrating one of my characters for Forbidden live, and I'll be joining her on that show. And that's it. And then go over to Indiegogo, Forbidden Comic, and check it out.
Bye.
Hey, I'm Ben Lacey. You can go to my Kickstarter at sharkofwar.bitingcomics.com. I can be found on Facebook at /sharkofwar. And if you happen to live in the South Carolina area, this weekend I'll be in Florence, South Carolina at PowerCon, where you can I'll sign your book and we can chat and anything else. So if you're in the greater South Carolina area, please stop on by.
I'm jealous.
All right, guys.
I've been trying to get to a convention for a year now, and this one's finally open.
How do I find you on Facebook, Crazy?
Either Sam Vera or Catch the Craze. Catch with a D.
All right. Cool. Thank you all for being here. We're going to get out of here. We're going to, on our way out, tell you about the power of just a single dollar and how you can apply just $1 one of these projects to make dreams come true. Never underestimate the power of a single dollar. Just one single dollar can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creators and the teams behind the book. Just $1 helps create new worlds and keeps creators creating. And if you're going to be creating something on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, get Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, 2nd edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding by Madeline Holly Rosing and Christy Shin. It is an amazing book that will help you navigate the